This show is brought to you by Headspace. Download the free Headspace app and begin their Take 10 program for 10 days of guided meditation at headspace.com/Joey. The Headspace Take 10 program is a 100% free way to experience the benefits of meditation in your busy and modern life. So go to headspace.com/Joey to download the free Headspace app. That's headspace.com/Joey to download the free Headspace app. And go to onit.com and use code word church to save 10% on all of the great optimization products like Alpha Brain, New Mood, ShroomTech Immune, and ShroomTech Sport.
Oh shit. It's that time, motherfuckers. Wednesday, June 1st. A little Rod Stewart. Old school fucking Rod. Before the fucking sperm shake. What do you think about that? Oh shit. Drop it.
There wasn't a woman alive he hadn't fucked.
No.
At this point in his
At that
career.
point.
Not a woman alive.
When you see this video, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Churchill, what's happening now? Brad Williams. Lee Syatt. My man Lawrence in Vegas. Talking Lair, you bad motherfucker. Oh shit. All around your face.
Love it.
What the fuck? That is a hard hitting fucking jam.
Yeah, it's a good bass line too.
Old Rod Stewart.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Carmine Apiece playing the drums. I mean, he was fucking doing it. Brad Williams in the house today, goddamn.
You know what? Thanks for playing that song because like I'm 32, so like the only stuff that I know from Rod Stewart is like him on the Musketeers soundtrack, like "Lay it all for love and all for one," like that kind of shit, like or like Passion. That song.
You want me to tell you something, bro? I liked Passion.
You like Passion?
Well, they all had to compete. There was one point where even the Stones did the one album, Black and Blue.
Right.
Yeah. I think it came out in 75 or 76, but they put hot stuff on it.
Yeah.
You know, Kiss did,
I was made for loving you, baby.
Everybody had to compete.
They all did it.
Everybody
they all did the disco album.
The studios probably told you, listen,
Sure.
on this album we'll let you fucking blow an arrow in your head and do heroin, but you got to give us a little dance track to get the party started. Do you know where that Passion is really good in?
What's that?
No. You know what song his is really good?
What's that?
Infatuation.
Infatuation.
With
I like that.
Fucko on the guitar. And then Fucko bailed in the middle of the tour in '84, and I went to see him, Rod Stewart, without Fucko. But that movie, you know which one I'm talking about? Infatuation.
No.
Go.
Well, just search for Rod Stewart.
Infatuation, Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
The fucking guitar on this.
What'd you search for?
Infatuation, Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
Listen to it. It is phenomenal.
Like you forget, because like.
Well, you guys were kids.
Yeah.
You guys were babies.
Yeah. So I didn't know about this kind of shit.
I forget who the fucking guitar player is on this.
Another bass line.
Oh shit. Jesus fucking Christ.
The guitar.
Oh no, the guitar's on. I forget the fucking guy's name. God damn it. I'm tired. Horns, everything. A bazooka, a jeep.
Just about any song you bring in horns, it's solid.
So this is when the head Chinese guy is walking over the bridge to go see the fucking gangsters in Year of the Dragon with Mickey Rourke.
Oh, nice.
This is the jam they put on
reference.
as he's walking through the fucking fire escape and shit into the into the hidden corridors of Chinatown.
I love
Did you ever see that movie?
I did. It was a while ago.
Old. They don't play it. They play it once every 18 months because they hate Mickey Rourke. It's like Pope of Greenwich Village. You see it once.
Yeah.
Every 18 months because they hate Mickey Rourke.
Why do they
Every
hate
now
Mickey
and then.
Rourke?
I'm just making a joke.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if
I
it's
didn't
even
know.
true.
Because you always hear about that, like just like certain actors are just
they just don't play.
blackballed.
They'll play the wrestler,
Right.
and every once in a while, late
Iron Man
night,
2.
you'll see 9.5 weeks on Showtime or Cinemax. Late. But besides that, they don't play. I was just thinking about the Pope of Greenwich Village. I was having a conversation with somebody, and there's a part where Mickey Rourke gets fired, and he comes out to see Eric Roberts, and Eric Roberts goes, he breaks his button on his suit, and he goes, "You fucking broke the button on my suit," and Eric Roberts goes, "Charlie, what do you need a fancy suit for? You got no job to wear it to." And he goes, "Tell me why I don't have no job, because you got me fired, you fuck."
That's a great line.
They have
that.
a couple great. One of my all-time favorite lines that really makes sense.
Okay.
Is the first line of the movie, and unless you've borrowed money, you understand this.
Okay, what's the line?
He walks in, and the guy looks at Mickey Rourke, and he goes, "The bathroom, whatever his name is." Let's just say, and he was played by Carmine from The Sopranos.
Okay.
Remember the old guy that died eating the chicken salad?
Yeah.
He was young, and he's in the bathroom pissing, and Mickey Rourke walks in, and the guy goes, "Oh, how come nobody keeps me waiting when they're looking to borrow?" Which is the truth. When you tell somebody I need $800, and they're like, "Okay, meet me at the bar at 3 o'clock." You're there at 10 to 3.
Right.
Tapping your hand
You need
and
that.
shit. But that's a great fucking line.
Yeah.
Nobody keeps me waiting when they're looking to borrow.
Yeah, and that's
But when it's something to pay, you're fucking 20 minutes late, the train, the bus.
Who are these
your
people?
Kid got sick.
Who are these people that make you feel guilty for asking for the money that you gave them? Like, that's always fascinating to me when I'm like, "Hey, dude, you got that? Like I lent you $500." And they're like, "Dude, really? You got to come at me with the I need my $500?" And like, yes, because it's my money. It's not yours.
That's why you have to just give it as a gift.
Yeah.
And that makes your life uneasy. Or
I
say
did
to them,
that.
"Here's the 500. When you get it, give it back."
Yeah. I did that. It's funny you bring that up. I did that last week. A friend of mine got in jail for DUI and needed $1,000 bail, and I did it. And then he was trying to tell me, like, "Don't worry, like, as soon as I get enough," I'm like, "No, it's let's call a spade. You're not gonna pay me back, so don't worry about it. I'm never gonna ask for it, so never. Just fine."
What is it like getting that phone call? Because like I've never been on the other end of that, and I know Joey's been on the other end of that. But getting a phone call saying you've been like your friend's locked up, what was that like?
Well, it depends on who the friend is. For some friends, you jump out of bed and you're like, "All right," and there's never a hesitation. And this is what that friend was. This is a friend that I would never hesitate for anything like that for.
Right.
So, but like if it's a friend where you're kind of on the fence and they're only calling you because they know you have the money.
Oh yeah, enjoy jail.
Yeah, and I've had those too. I did that to my cousin. So
what did your cousin do?
Oh
no, like what? Like,
yeah.
You just don't like your cousin?
No, I just can't talk about it.
Okay.
So like, yeah, he called me up and it's like, "Dude, I need," and I'm like, "No, you're gonna. I think you should hang out in jail for a while."
Gee, what is that like for you, Joe? What was it like?
Well, for years, when you're running and gunning, you always have to have one person that you go to for a quick loan.
Yeah.
Like, I need 2,000 because I'm gonna buy 800 Quaaludes at $1 a piece, and we'll make fucking this. And you pay them back the VIG and their money, and you make them money. As long as everybody makes money, it's fine. Like one of those deals. But I've been on the other end when I've been in jail.
Yeah.
And I had to call people and go, "Listen, I need $200 on my books, or $500 on my books." And it's a tough call.
Yeah.
But they're your family.
Right.
And I've had plenty of people tell me no.
Sure.
And I've still talked to them. I got mad for 2 weeks, and then I understood weeks later that they have a family and this and this and
they have
this
their own responsibilities.
And they have their own responsibilities.
Yeah, you have to take it. You have to take the personal. You can't take it personal. You can't. They're not doing this to fuck me. They're doing this to save themselves. They're not doing it to be because they don't like me or they're like fuck my life. They're just doing it because they personally cannot do it at the time. They have other responsibilities. So, and you have to remember when you're asking, you're leaving the door open to say no. Like, that is an option. So when they take that option, you can't get upset. You can't really get mad. And if you put yourself in that position that you're in jail, that you're asking for money, can you really get mad at someone for saying no for not bailing out? If you're the one that put yourself there, I don't know. I've never been to jail, so I'm not sure.
Now when I've
that
been
mindset.
Now when I've been to jail and there were low bails, I called like Lee, come on down, get me out of here. It's a $2,000 bail, $200.
That's low. Oh, okay.
10% is $200.
Yeah.
So, do you follow me? Shit like that wasn't too bad. When I got in trouble in Colorado, that was a tough call.
What was that bail?
50,000 cash bail.
So you needed the whole thing?
I need the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't know this. I've never bailed anyone out like that. So when they said, "Oh, the bail's 1,000," I was like, oh, "Okay, well, here's my credit card," and they're like, "No."
I had about
cash or bond, and
Yeah.
you see all these reports on bail bonds that once you get into that system, they just keep fucking you over and raising rates, and it's impossible to finally get it paid off. So just if you can do it in full, do it.
Do it.
So did someone take you 50,000?
No. What happened
Yeah.
was I had about 20, so I needed 30. But I also
Yeah.
thought I needed 30 for the attorney.
Oh, I see.
So I was light fucking
60.
40 or something like that. I don't know what the fuck I was light. So what I did was I sat in there and I showed up with people from the community, because that's how you lower your bail. You have to have connections to the community. You have to have ties to the community.
Yeah.
So my future father-in-law came in and they put my bail from $50,000 cash bail to $25,000 cash bail. I told him I could give him 20 if he put up to 25, and I would owe him 5. And he just said, "Let me put the 25 up and just show up to the fucking court."
Wow. That's a father-in-law.
Oh, and he wasn't really my father-in-law at the time. I was just dating his daughter.
Oh my God.
No
Wow.
fucking idea, man.
Jeez. That's an angel in your life, dude.
You had no fucking idea.
God.
And then the first retainer
Yeah.
was $7,500, and then he called me 4 days later for another 10.
Had he gone through the first 7,500, or he's just like, this is gonna take more?
No, he went through it.
In 4 days.
Yeah. And that's the amazing part about that is I mean, it's rare cases you'll find a lawyer that's like, "Hey, I don't get paid unless it works out for you." But yeah, it's that's very rare.
Well, no, you're not gonna get paid unless if you get hit by a fucking bicycle.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get paid till you get the money, and then I get paid.
Right.
But in a criminal case, there's no fucking.
Yeah.
There's no IOUs.
Right.
You got to show up with something, and
Yeah.
then as we work, we got to come to an agreement. You're going to drop something off every Friday.
And do you get that back or no?
From the attorney?
No. I'm sorry, the bail.
The bail, yeah, you get the $2,000 back.
Okay.
So you get the money back. You just, but if I don't show up to court,
Then
you
it's gone.
lose your money.
Yeah.
And that's what I didn't want. Along the way, once he put the money up for me, he was just letting me know that you're going to court for this.
Yeah.
I'll put the money up, but you're going to pay
But
for this.
Yeah, but you better show up.
And I had different thoughts. I had friends that, wanted to help me out for me to go to, work for Hertz and, fucking Columbia or some shit.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be on the run. Not for that. I didn't want to be on the run for that. So.
Now, some people know that how they react, how they would react in certain situations. I know that jail, no, never for me. I don't know who says it is for them, but there are some people that can be engaged in a lifestyle that are going yeah, I'd be willing to go for X amount of reasons. For me, no. I know that I'd be a puss. I'd be just taken advantage of, and not even necessarily sexually, just bossed around.
No.
Yeah,
First off, there's so many different places when you get locked up. On TV, they only show you the bad places.
right.
They don't want to show you the places that are cushy.
Yeah.
Because they don't want America to think that you're cushy on
Sure.
Invix.
Sure.
There gets to a point in a system where you come into a niche, and that place is you could walk around. Mm-hmm. You could go to the store. In my situation, you had 20 minutes a day to go to the store.
Wow.
Grant me the store. Let's pretend we're in this facility here.
Yeah.
The store was 50 yards away.
Right.
What can you do?
Yeah.
All you could do was a store. There was a Chinese restaurant. There was a clothing place or something else. You go there and walk around the store or something. What I used to do was I used to order the Chinese food, so it'd be ready for me when I got over there.
There you go.
So I would sign up early, let's say 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And at 10 to 2, I would call my order and I'd tell them, listen, I'm an Invict. So when I call, you gotta have the food ready. You gotta have forks. You gotta have all the sauces and shit.
Don't be taking your time.
I can't walk back into prison and be missing my fucking Fujiao pie cake, whatever the fuck it is.
That works
But
out,
loaning money is. I had a call a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
A dear friend of mine. You know, he'd give me the world if we were switched. And before he could ask, I just said, "Where can I send you $500?"
Yeah.
And I got it off me. I didn't feel guilty. You know,
There's some people that you can give money to and just it's never even a hesitation where it's just like, no, I actually feel good giving this money to you and allowing you this relief. And then there's some people where you're just like, oh God.
Well, there's people who are just lazy.
Yeah.
There's people who come up to you and say, well, I have a friend that called me a few weeks ago. I'm broke. I got off the phone with him. And I was just about to fucking send them money, and I go, no. Because I know this guy. He has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he's not upset because he's not paying his bills. He's upset because he paid his bills. He just has nothing left over to be a big shot.
Right, for the girl.
Fuck him.
Yeah, so you don't want to be...
Fuck him.
Yeah, you don't want to pay for his nice dinner.
Right, so he could, get him out of his dilemma, so he could be a big shot.
So he can, look at the wine list and not flinch.
If Lee came to me and he said I was tapped, I'd give him the $200, I know that he would take his girlfriend for a $20 dinner.
Yeah.
You follow me?
Yeah.
But this guy just wants to be Johnny Bananas. He can't take her for a $20 dinner. Instead of telling me he's a broke dick, he won't tell her.
Right.
So he lives in this facade with her. So every weekend it's got to be museums, this.
Yeah.
And all that shit. New York City, that's a nickel.
Yeah.
That's $300. That's $400. Those drinks he drinks, they're not $3 no more. Those fucking Cosmos and shit, they're $9.
Yeah.
The chick has 3 of those. It's $30 before you even got the appetizer.
It's always funny to be at a bar or a restaurant and you kind of look around and you see the guys that are on dates and they're doing the math in their head like, oh shit, okay, there's that, and then they're like going like, all right, the appetizer was like $9 plus tax, and they're like going through it all, just going like, oh man, do I have enough? Do I have enough to...
No, that's not what real men are thinking.
Yeah.
Real men ain't thinking, do I have enough? Real men are like, you know what? It'll set me back 2 nights, but I'm taking it out of her hide. It's just more times I'm going to come in the mouth.
Yeah.
That's our disgusting view.
Absolutely.
When we're 21, we're like, oh,
yeah.
Eat the fucking lobster bisque. Because wait till you see the load I'm going to put on your cheek in an hour. And they just look at you like, they think like you're really in love. You just looking at them,
no.
and you're seeing a vision of them, just whipping them and fucking throwing them out the window and peeing on them and shit.
You're like, no, you had the bisque. That makes sense, and it all makes sense in your head at that time.
Do you remember early dating when you went out and you wanted something to eat but you didn't get it because you didn't want to go over?
What's that?
Excuse me, you didn't want to go over your budget.
Oh yeah,
I still do that. What do you mean early dating?
Hysterical. Sometimes you go out and you're like, I hope she doesn't get the soup. Or you wait to see what she orders.
Yeah.
And then I remember dating at 23. I'm like waiting to see what she would order. Like if she would get the lobster fried diablo, I'll take the salad.
Yeah,
salad. What I'm saying? Fuck it, because I can't afford that. And then she's drinking.
Yeah.
She's doing these Cosmos like they're fucking Gatorade. Like she just ran a mile. What the fuck? At $9 a pop, and you're sitting there going, man, maybe I should just get the water. She's like, you should get a wine so we could celebrate. $8.99 for the wine.
Yeah.
And then the part that gets me is I used to be a waiter, so I like to tip at least 18, 20%.
Yeah.
So, and especially at places like that, it's like that's another $20-$40.
Right, and you it's funny. That's why they ask the woman what she wants first. Is so the guy has that time to be like, oh, okay, it's your fillet. All right, I'll have I'll have
the burger.
Yeah, I'll have the burger, the slider appetizer.
So I'm not gonna eat nothing. I thought you were hungry. I ate earlier. My mom, how
she just kept feeding
watch
me.
You. I'll eat the bread.
I'm good.
What happens at Hollywood meetings? So my favorite. I went to a lunch with all the interns when I first moved out here, and everyone ordered water, and then the big boss ordered lemonade, and the entire 20-person table went around the table, and everyone ordered lemonade because they didn't want to like be expensive, but then they wanted to like suck up.
Right.
I'm sure that happens all the time in Hollywood meetings.
I mean, they had that commercial. It was the Sam Adams commercial that then Dave Chappelle parodied when the boss is taking everyone out and everyone's like, I'll have a water, and then the one guy is like, I'll have a Sam Adams, and then the boss kind of looks at him like, oh, this guy's got something.
And then everyone goes, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
it's a big show. Like what I was getting to is just like how big it's a show when you go to like Hollywood meetings, or it's like the same thing as dating. I'm sure I don't really get to go to big Hollywood meetings, but you guys do.
Yeah, it's all a show, but the thing is I still try to be the guy. I was at a meeting last week where I knew I wasn't paying for it, but I didn't get the most expensive thing on the menu.
Are there people who do that as like a power move? Like they walk in and
so.
order like a lobster and a steak?
I think so.
Listen, if you take me to fucking Dan Tanner's, I'm not going to order a hamburger and milkshake. Okay? Right or wrong, if I call you up and I go, hey, this is your agent, Brad, I'm going to take you to dinner. I'm taking you to whatever the fuck I just said, Dan Tanner's. I mean, me, I always get the chicken cutlet, Parmesan.
There you go.
Because that's me. You know, but if I was a savage, you open up with the steak.
Right.
Sam Adams.
What sides are we getting?
What sides are we getting? Sides plural.
What thing can I take 2 bites of in front of your face?
If I call you up and say to you, hey, Brad, I want to take you to Ruth Chris.
Yeah.
I know I'm going deep into the murky waters of
Sure.
death. You know, if I call you up and I go, I'm taking you to, what's the place on Sunset where they have the $2.99 breakfast? Herbs or... Mel's.
You know,
if I take you to Mel's, I know you're not going to bust me. So
right.
When when I go out to eat with somebody, they tell me get what you want. Mm-hmm. I get what I want that I really want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to get lobster tail to embarrass myself, but maybe I'll get something I usually don't get.
Right.
You know, like the spaghetti arrabbiata.
Yeah.
Or something, and I switch
Experiment
up to
a little bit.
Yeah, you experiment a little bit
fun.
with the shrimp cocktail, with the horseradish,
Man.
with the steam coming out of the shrimp.
Joey, before we go any further, I just want to tell you, I love now seeing you when you're at the store, and now you're one of these guys now that when you're up on stage, then you just see the back wall fill up. Like you just see all the comics like running into the back, and they all like stay on the back wall, and then they watch you. You've become one of those guys now, and I love seeing that. I fucking love it when it's like a good dude and it's a funny guy, and then like I fucking saw Rogan in there the other day, just sitting in the audience, watching you, throwing his head back in laughter.
You were down there?
Yeah.
Why don't you say
just
hello?
Why
don't you say hello?
So like just throwing his head back in laughter, and I even looked at Joe. I was like, Joe, you tour with this guy. You see him every week. And he's like, I don't care, man. He's that good. He's that funny. So I love that you've become one of those guys now. It's so sweet.
You know, it's funny because when I first got to L.A.,
Mm-hmm.
I had a showcase one night in the main room.
Yeah.
I forget the manager's name. And the guy came up to me and he goes, I came to see you because a lot of comics mention your name, but I can't sign you. He goes, because comics never make money. And I'm like, what does that mean? I didn't even know what that meant. He goes, a lot of comics want to see you but he goes, you guys got a bad habit because you play to the back of the room. Mm-hmm. You stop playing to the front of the room. You play to the back of the room. And it's not money.
Because Dave Attell is poor as shit.
There you go. That's what I thought.
Yeah, he's a comics comic.
Listen, man, when I watch David, I tell people all the time, listen, just because Dave Attell isn't working his Twitter correctly does not mean Dave Attell is not a fucking killer up on stage.
Oh, dude.
And whenever Dave Attell's around, I watch as much as I can.
Sure.
Those guys, I'm a student of the game. When I play basketball, I watch basketball.
Yeah.
You get the people you like and you watch the little idiosyncrasies. I like watching him, man. There's a couple guys I like watching. I like watching you. I like watching.
Thanks, man.
You're very happy up on stage. I'm like, why is he so fucking happy?
I have to be.
Jesus, it sounds like an earthquake. Look at the size of this gorilla on my
Well,
hand.
like, and I'll tell you why I'm happy on stage, and it's really like a calculated thing. It's because I found out very early in my career that if I go on stage as an angry dwarf, people feel sorry for me. They're like, oh God, his life sucks. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. So I need to go on stage and be happy. So the audience is like, "Oh, he's fine, he's okay," and then they laugh along with me. And nothing exemplifies that more than when I get a heckler, and then I suddenly turn mean. I turn mean to the heckler, and now they're like, "Oh my God, he's capable of being mean. He's not happy, nice Brad anymore." And it's like, yeah, motherfucker, because his dick just ruined my set. Like he's talking during my set, so yeah, I'm not gonna be nice to him. Thank you so much for letting me know your opinion of my joke during my set. Is it okay if I keep talking? Is it okay if I continue? Is that okay by you? Like, no, I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm gonna call this person out and shut him the fuck down. But then when people see an angry dwarf, they get concerned because they think like I'm sad. There's been times when I've stopped the show and been like, you guys know I'm like doing well now, right? Like I'm good. Like you don't have to feel bad for me now. It's weird when I have to stop that for an audience and remind them that they don't have to feel sorry for me.
What made you get up on stage the first time? Before we started the podcast?
Yeah.
Last couple of days, I always think of the people I'm going to have on. I think about our relationship. And
yeah.
I said, I got to know this guy maybe 11 years. I don't know how old he is.
32, which is like
so I knew you
70 and dwarf.
20.
Huh? Yeah.
How old were you when you knew you were going to get into comedy?
19. And that's when I started. I always loved comedy.
Where'd you start?
I will tell you the best story ever. This is how I got started, and I told this story on Rogan's podcast, and I told it because I want people to know about a certain individual that a lot of people do not like in this business, and you can continue to not like him. I'm not trying to convert you. I'm just trying to tell you what happened, and then you can take the story what you will. So I go with my dad, and we go to the Brea Improv when I'm 19 to see a Carlos Mencia show. And he is on stage. I'm in the audience. I've never done comedy before. He starts telling midget jokes. Half the audience is laughing. The half that's sitting by me is like, like not like just like, look over there, like not laughing at all. And Mencia notices that, and he looks around, and he's like, wait, you guys aren't laughing. He's like, these are good jokes. Like these are good jokes. Why aren't you laughing? And he says the sentence, "What, is one of them here?" And I just raised my hand in the air and I was like, "What's up, dude? I'm right here." And he looks down and he goes, "Oh my God, one of them's here. Come up here. I want to talk to you." And he calls me up on stage. So I walk up on the stage. I've never done stand-up before. Walk up on stage and he starts asking me questions about my life, and I answer, and my answers get laughs from the audience. And right then, I was like, I'm in. Right then, those first couple jokes that I wasn't even trying to tell jokes. I was just saying, I was just talking about my life. And when the audience laughed, it's like, I'm in. This is what I want to do with my life. So I tell Mencia that night. I say, I'm going to be a comedian because of tonight. And he goes, all right, good luck. Fast forward to about a year and a half later. He sees me again, this time before the show at the Ontario Improv, and he recognizes me and he goes, "Hey, dude, you're the guy that came up on stage. You said you wanted to start stand up. Did you start doing stand up?" I go, "Yeah, I've been doing open mics now for about like a year and a half." And when you first start doing open mics for about a year and a half, that means I've been on stage maybe 12 times. And he goes, "All right, you've been doing open mics. Do you want to open up for me tonight?" Okay, yes sir. I will. I've just done open mics up to that point. Now he's saying, "Do you want to go on in front of a sold out improv and do a show?" Yes, I would love to. I go up. I do like 5 minutes. I do okay. I get off stage, and Mencia goes, "Wow, I put you up because you're a midget, and I thought that would be funny enough. But shit, you got jokes. What are you doing next weekend? Do you want to come on the road?" And that's what happened. That's how I got in my career. The next weekend, he was at the Fox Theater in Bakersfield, which is like 1,200 seats. So in 2 weeks, I went from going from open mics to 1,200 seat theaters in terms of performing. It's insane. And then I was his opening act for 4 years. Started going on the road with him, being his dude. So I mean, and I'm sure you have fans that really don't like the guy, and that's fine. I understand it. Like I said, I'm not trying to convert because I know I'm not.
Let me tell you a little fucking story, my friend.
Yeah.
I get on stage for the first time in '91. For 3 years, I dick around. I dick around. And I get divorced. I moved to New York. And in New York, I realized what you have to do to become a comic. I get on a plane in November of '93, and I head back to Denver with one intention: become a dad and become a comic.
Okay.
I did everything I could to be a comic in Denver, without the Comedy Works, those
Right,
you have
right,
to do
right.
all those bars and redneck bars, whatever the fuck you call them.
Yeah.
Which you did plenty of.
Oh yeah.
So I get a call one day from some Spanish lady, and she goes, "They're doing a show, and they're looking for Latino comics, and your name keeps bouncing up. Now, between you and I, I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I had 9 minutes, guys.
I love those early days.
3 minutes was a Godzilla joke. That you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not gonna lie to nobody.
Yeah.
And I fucking sent the tape in. And a week later, she called me up and she goes, "You got picked to open up for Carlos Mencia. He handpicked you."
Wow.
And I went down there, me and Jimmy Abeda, and we did our time. Is that his phone number?
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Hold on.
The old one. This is 20 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
It's got to be this. There wasn't even the other one.
Let me get it. Type in Ned. Yes, he's in my phone as Ned. No.
That was his home number.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That
he's
was his
moved.
home number.
Yeah,
that was his home
since
number.
then. Okay.
In 1994, that was his number. And I called him every weekend
Yeah.
till I moved to LA. And he would give me advice. He'd tell me what to do. When I got to LA, he got mad at me because I used Doug Stanhope as a reference instead of him. I don't have anything against Carlos.
Yeah.
I don't. In fact, I was watching one of his earliest specials and I was saying, boy, he had fat fucking cheeks.
In the fucking HBO specials?
About a month ago, when I got the special, I started looking at specials, and one of Carlos' specials was really fucking good. I don't know which one. I had to look for it. He wore work boots in it. The second one, I'm talking about 90 fucking 99.
Yeah, so that's the HBO special.
It's the HBO special.
Right.
So one of those specials is fucking great. So me and Lee have been looking at specials to see how I'm going to do mine. And I actually watched Ned's special.
There you go.
I don't have anything against Ned. If you know that night, I wasn't up there when that went down. Me, I got a different way of taking care of people.
Sure.
And Ned has never done anything to me.
Yeah.
When I see Ned, I give him a big hug. The last time I didn't give him a hug was because I didn't know it was him.
Oh, right, because you lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I didn't know it was him. He finally came up to me. "You don't like me no more." I didn't even know who the fuck was you. I thought he was a fucking like a guy after a comedy show at the Ice House. He was in a big room.
Yeah.
I was in a little room. We're both outside talking. Everybody's talking. He's there. I thought he was just a Mexican dude hanging out.
You told me who it was. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't know who it was.
Yeah. You
So,
lost a fuck ton of weight, man.
Listen, Carlos helped a lot of young comics out. Let me tell you something. This is what the problem with society is. This is what the problem with us, myself included.
Sure.
That when we get mad at somebody, we pick the thing that they did to us, but we don't look at the good things they did to us.
Yeah.
Before we call them a fucking cocksucker, we don't remember when they bought us lunch. We don't remember when they took us on the road and paid for our hotel room.
Which he did.
We don't. Who the fuck do you think you're dealing with? We don't remember
exactly.
all this shit.
Yeah.
I get the same with Joe sometimes. I get mad at Joe for 2 days.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I go, what the fuck am I mad about?
Yeah.
A guy who has bought me more steaks than my mother. My mother was on this planet for my first 15 years. We ate a lot of fucking T-bone steaks and New York strips and shit.
Right.
But Joe has bought me more in 20 years, What do I have to be angry about?
Yeah.
They took us on the road.
Exactly.
They taught us a way to be a comic. They taught us the professionalism, the way we did a comic.
Yeah.
If a person has a flaw, whatever, look at the 10 good flaws he has.
Yeah. Well, and people are trying so hard to categorize people as heroes or villains, and it's like there's a lot of gray area. The best people in the world, as we found out, like, I mean, don't forget, 2 years ago, Bill Cosby was a hero, just a perfect, wonderful human being, a genius of a comedian, like, and who we all thought. Great human, wonderful person. Now all this shit comes out. Now everyone's like, well, he's a villain. It's like, well, he's both. He's a horrible, horrible human and a comedic genius.
Can I ask you a personal question?
He's both.
Lee, you're in on this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just ask you guys a question that's been... You know, we look at Justin Bieber's behavior.
Yeah.
We look at Britney Spears' behavior in the beginning.
Sure.
You know, you look at these people, and we were starting to talk about it yesterday on the Rogan podcast. What happens to the mind?
Yeah.
What happens to your mind when you don't have the right people around you watching you?
Oof.
If a doorman gets $22,000 a year, and I pay Lee $80,000 a year, do you really think Lee's gonna raise his hand about that 16-year-old that came into the back door the other night?
Right.
Lee's gonna go home and tell his father, and his father's gonna say, never repeat it to nobody.
Yeah.
Shut your fucking mouth and take the 80 grand and look the other way. And when you hear women back there moaning and groaning, they're getting stabbed, you see blood, you don't care, you don't give a fuck. He's not paying you for it.
Right.
It's a Cosby was not Cosby without help from a village. It takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes a village to rape a woman, dog.
Yeah.
There's a lot of secrets involved there. If everybody's telling the truth here, there's a lot more secrets that people that swallowed that pill, because money does weird things to us, Brad.
Sure.
You know, listen, I've never liked Cosby. Let's get something out of the fucking way. You know when I didn't like Cosby? In 1994, Judy Brown had a festival in Colorado, and Cosby talked. And I paid the whatever to go hear him speak. And his first words out of his mouth was negativity about dirty comics, and comics are used for profanity. He was going after Eddie Murphy at that time. I don't know if you remember this. He was going after Eddie Murphy at that time, and profanity, and we don't need it, and these black comics. And I looked at him, and in the back of my mind, I go, you know what? You want to talk about some fucking honkies doing fuck jokes or dick jokes? That's fine with me, but you want to attack your own people?
Yeah.
Who, right now, you're not sounding like you're attacking your own people. You're coming from a jealousy angle.
Yeah.
You're coming from a jealousy angle. I heard he had remarks about Harlem Nights. I heard he had remarks about a lot of things. Fuck him. He's getting what the fuck he deserves. But you made a good point. At one point, Cosby was a good guy. But let me tell you something. These reports are coming back from 1968.
Yeah.
1968, he was raping fucking women already.
It's insane. But you're right, because people talked about how when the news came out, they're like, well, there's been rumors for years, and I'm like, well, see, now we're all part of it. If there's rumors for years, that means people knew.
You know, OJ was beating that woman for years.
Yeah.
OJ was beating that woman for years, and those cops were going over there, taking a look at her, saying, fuck this bitch.
Yeah, and then,
they saw the fake tits.
Yeah.
And they made a judgment call.
And then said, OJ,
he's the juice. Did you hit him? Did I look like I hit him?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
And
she fell.
And then they asked OJ for a picture.
There's cops right now at home that want to shoot themselves.
Yeah.
They want to shoot themselves because it takes a village. Cosby has not been raping people. I'm 53 years old. So when I was 6, Cosby was already raping people. That's 47 fucking years, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody had to see something.
Yeah.
Somebody had to say something. You know, what about this other fucking guy, this Woody Allen?
Yeah, same thing. Okay.
Tell me the truth. If Woody Allen called you tomorrow and gave you a starring role in his next movie, would you do it? Would you look at the picture of your niece and go, fuck it?
Dude, of course. I mean, of course.
This is what we live with.
Yeah, and it's this moral dilemma that we're all stuck with, and you know who, because you say what you want about any Hollywood director, or that guy's an asshole, he's a punk, the people who are complaining about the new Ghostbusters movie. How did
it come out yet?
Not yet. I think it comes out in July. And it's like, that ruined my childhood, and they're switching it up. They're putting women in it. It's so horrible. If Paul Feig called you minute after you're done with that rant and said, you know what, we're doing some reshoots of the Ghostbusters movie, do you want a part in it? Every one of those fuckers would be like, hell yes. Give me that paycheck. Hell yes.
Well, and then I'm forgetting the name of the actor, But what about the kid thing that's been going around? It's like Corey Haim and the other one, like it's like pedophiles.
Oh, the guy that was on Glee, the dude with the mohawk.
No.
That's a complete. Listen, the whole cast of Glee are fucking pedophiles. Like, if you looked at Glee and you didn't know there was a problem there, only motherfuckers that sing all day are perverted motherfuckers like that. I never watched that show, Glee, but one night I went home and I watched it for like 8 minutes somewhere, and I'm like, this is a pervert show. It came to a halt. Did they even do the 5 seasons?
No.
No.
I don't know.
No. People were raping each other on the set. There were kids be yelling and screaming. There were blankets. Yeah.
Tons of shit.
That show didn't even make 5 years for a fucking reason.
Yeah, and the whole
one of the kids died.
Yeah.
That's right. Kids committed
drug
suicide.
overdose. And you brought this up by starting with talking about Bieber and Britney and things like that. Those are people to where, like, you can say you don't like their music, fine, but to really say like, oh well, they're fucking crazy. Yeah, no kidding. We all would be if given all the money and no one to tell us no at age 18, 19.
Can you imagine?
Oh my God, I would not like.
Can you imagine?
And it's funny. I did a show one time at the Laugh Factory, and Bieber was actually in the audience, and I talked to him afterward for a little bit, and I said, dude, how can you send out? Can you just send out a tweet and say like Brad Williams is funny, please? Just say Brad Williams. Like, that tweet will change my life. If you just enter those words and hit send, that will change my life. And he goes, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not in charge of my Twitter. And at first I was upset, and then I thought about it, and I go, of course he's not in charge of his Twitter.
Thank God he's like, that would have been that way he'd be in jail right now.
Yes, of course he would be. If you're 18 years old, I mean, if you can remember what your mindset was at 18 years old, if you now had access to instantly communicate with 52 million people across the world, could you imagine the hell you would cause? The things that you would say? Ugh.
Is that how many people he has on his Twitter?
Something like that. 52 million.
52 fucking million people.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, look, he's number like 1 or 3 or something like that.
Ooh, 82.4.
Oh, 82.4. Sorry, I was off by 30 million.
And he lip synced. And he lip synced at the American Music fucking Awards, and he's fucking got 82 million fucking people.
82
and
million.
there's people that play real rock and roll music,
Oh.
and they got 3 followers.
God, when Prince died and they started doing all the Prince music, I got sad, obviously because we lost Prince, but then I was angry. Because then you turn on the radio, like, whatever radio station would be like, all right, and this is in honor of Prince, and then they would play "Let's Go Crazy," and then the next song would be like the new fucking Selena Gomez shit, or like whatever that. And I'm like, how can you put that back to back with Prince? And if you are that artist, if you are the next song that plays after Prince, I hope you think about slitting your wrists. Because you're like, wow, that's an artist right there. And then they had the balls to play me after that. That's what it's like, there's certain comics. When I watch a Bill Burr special, I go, oh, fuck. Oh, God. Really? I'm in the same profession as this guy? I'm doing what this guy does? We have the same job title, technically? Oh, boy. Like, and it makes me work harder because I'm like, if that's the standard, I gotta do some shit. I gotta take my game to the next level. So when Prince and I wrote this I wrote this tweet when Prince died, where it was like, consider yourself lucky that you get to say R.I.P. Prince and R.I.P. David Bowie, because the next generation has to say R.I.P. Joe Jonas. And it's like, yeah, that's who their models are going to be. That's who their people are going to be like, oh, Joe Jonas was a genius. Put on the Ziggy Stardust record. Listen to this. That's like, you just want to show them, like, no. And that's before my time.
Now, do you I have a problem. When I make those statements, I sound like that guy when I was 18 that was putting me down.
Right.
Okay,
right.
I sound like that. But I speak to a lot of guys your age, Lee's age, and I ask them what the fuck. Lee listens to these Jews that jump up and down you know, with an organ, and everybody
The,
goes and they
the
jump.
Jews that jump up and down?
It's an electronic band.
It's an electronic
Oh,
band.
okay,
I
okay.
ain't mad at him. I like that he likes music. That's a great
Sure,
thing.
sure.
But he's not into the shit that everybody else is listening to. He doesn't buy a Rihanna album. He doesn't buy, who I think is great, Rihanna.
Yeah.
I think Rihanna music is great. I like chick singers. I always have. But do you feel that? Like, all right, the other day we played Green Day.
Right.
All right, I think Green Day is a good band.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. You know, I liked Nirvana. I liked Soundgarden. I liked Alice in Chains. And then when it just went somewhere.
Yeah.
Like the music just went somewhere that I didn't go. And I look, you know, today somebody sent a very interesting tweet. They said the next time we do a music podcast that we should play an album we don't know, like an unsigned artist, and talk about it, you know, which is a great idea because I haven't found nothing new except the shit on the fucking radio, like the few Rihanna songs and Avril Lavigne, and, you know.
Well, I've almost been out of high school 10 years, and I've just I just started stopping and looking back. Like I don't know any of the new bands. I don't know who's playing on the teams. Like I don't know a lot of the new hit the whatever what is it called whatever everyone's talking about. So I'm still listening to the music I listened to in high school.
Yeah.
So
Do
am I.
you think you just don't ever have room for new music? Like it might not be any worse. It might just be
No,
you like the
there's
music you
always
like.
room for new fucking
Yeah,
music.
because I mean, when I first heard a Black Keys song, I was like, "Oh, this is good. I like this."
But are you attracted from the Black Keys because of your old school music taste?
Probably.
I like the Black Keys because they bring me back. You listen to the Black Keys and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
These guys are about to blow up the stage.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
real
yeah.
fucking terrorists, these fucking people. Yeah.
Love 'em.
You know, there's some bands that... Last night, your boy came by the store.
Okay, Ross dude,
My little brother, came by the store, stoned to the gills.
as always.
Looked like he ate 55 fucking pills. That's why I love him. And he said he had just come back from the new Rage Machine. Rage Against the Machine at the Troubadour.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck they played.
Prophets of Rage.
Prophets of Rage. And I asked him because they were pretty fucking good. You know,
Yeah.
I listened to Public Enemy's last album. I still dabble. But it's easier for me to take a notebook out and throw Megadeth on and listen to both sides of... And
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because I'll stop and go, wow, that always was a good guitar solo.
Yeah.
And by their creativity, it sparks mine. But then you made a great point. Jesus Christ, Brad, it's great to see you. So when I was growing up, when I was 10 and 12, let me tell you who the baddest motherfucker in the world was.
Who was that?
Elton John. You look at me and go, Joey, are you fucking serious? You can't be fucking serious.
Hey, man. Guy can play piano. I saw him live.
I had this whole thing the other day. I got high and I was coming back to Lower King and one of his songs was on. I got teary-eyed, Philadelphia Freedom. And it's a stupid fucking song, but he was such a part of my childhood. Did I know that he was going to end up looking like Joe Diaz with a vest on and with big glasses and shit? But it proves to you that he is a fucking icon.
Yeah.
Now, do you think Katy Perry's going to be that icon in 20 years? Do you see the chick that fucks everybody and writes a song about him as an icon? She's unstoppable. That skinny chick is
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She's unstoppable.
Yeah.
She sucks a dick. You know, like we need weed for a year. We write a routine.
One dick.
That bitch sucks a dick. One day,
New album.
she tastes a different pussy on that dick, and she's got a gold fucking album.
Oh, my God.
You know, Adele, I bust her balls. Adele's got two good fucking songs. Everything else is garbage, but I think she's overrated in a big way. You know, she's for a different taste or whatever. Is she gonna be Elton John in 20 fucking years?
Right. Yeah, it's a who's gonna be that next level musician to where the next generation will still like them. We'll still look back.
Bernie Sanders.
But the thing is, there aren't that many Elton Johns, so there only has to be like one. Like that's sometimes when people say, "Oh, the music was way better," there seemed to be a little bit more. But I'm sure there was a lot of shitty music back then.
Oh
too.
yeah,
There has
I
to
mean,
be.
there's a lot of shitty music in every generation. Like, there's a lot of bad stuff to go along with the few good stuff. But in terms of I like rock music and I like sort of bluesy music.
What did your parents listen to at the house?
Parents listened to the Beatles. Parents listened to Springsteen.
Did you look at them and go, "What is this old people fucking music?"
Tom Petty, and my mom loved musicals and like Nat King Cole, and so I listened to a lot of that stuff, and I loved it.
Did you get aggravated as a child when you heard that shit?
Nah, loved it.
Lee, you get aggravated at your family's music?
Not their music, but I used to hate when my mom would play the piano, and it used to kill her. Like she used to love to play the piano and sing, and my brother and I don't know why we just hate. We'd be like, no.
Yeah.
And so,
I get that.
But no, it's like it's.
You said your dad listened to disco.
Yeah,
that
my dad
crazy
didn't.
motherfucker.
We didn't listen to shit. He listened to disco when he worked out. My mom listened to oldies and she liked musicals too. So it's not really like stuff you can get like a fan of. So it's tough.
Yeah. No, I dug it. I dug my parents' music. It was weird. It wasn't until I started getting into my own music that then I would like something for about a month and then look back and go, what the fuck? Why the hell did I have a red backwards Yankees hat to look like Fred Durst? What the fuck was wrong with me?
I liked Limp Bizkit as a kid.
Dude, I did too. I rocked it.
I don't even know a Limp Bizkit song.
I have one on my phone.
Yeah, put a Limp Bizkit song on for me. I always try to remember that guy's name, Fred Durst.
Fred Durst. Yeah. It was just... that's the thing that... we say, like, oh, music was better when we were younger. But, hey, I'll be free to admit, like, I still liked some shit. I still like some crappy stuff. And hopefully you learn from it.
Which one should I play? You think Nookie, Rollin', break stuff?
Do Nookie.
Okay.
That's a classic. I remember loving this song.
Oh, me too.
The thing is I still like the riffs, but then you listen to the lyrics, and then that's what turns me off.
Right. I never could understand the lyrics anyway.
Yeah.
I came into this world as a reject. Look into these eyes, then you'll see the size of the flames. Pulling on the past, it's burning on my brain.
Hot.
Everyone that burns
Have to learn from the pain. Hey.
I think about the day my girlie ran away with my pay. When fellas came to play, now she's stuck with my homies that she and I'm just a sucker with a lump in my throat.
Hey.
Like a chump, 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 like a chump.
Oh my god.
Should I be feeling bad? Should I be feeling good? It's kinda sad. I'm the laughing stock of the neighborhood. And you
What do you think of him, Joey?
but I'm a sucker like I said. In the head, not. And maybe she just made him.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, ¿qué es eso, compadre? What the fuck is this?
Oh, the guitarist.
That I can't deny.
So you can take that cookie. That's just like Tiny Dancer, right? Same sort of lyrical content.
Why did it take so long?
I wish you guys. I hope you guys are watching online because Joey's face right now is awesome. Just dumbfounded, mouth agape. She put my tender heart in a blender. A lyric he stole.
Where did he steal it from?
Eve 6.
Oh, I like Eve 6 too.
Yeah. Joey's like, oh man, I need weed. So yeah, that's your first Limp Bizkit experience, Joey. How you feeling?
He needs to calm himself down.
No. I never liked to talk over the fucking
Yeah.
music too much. Now, what years was this?
This
Let me
was
see.
2000. I would say like 99 to maybe 04. Kind of like some Limp Bizkit
I
eras.
gotta remember one thing.
Yeah.
I didn't stop from 97 to 2005. Like in 2005 was when I stopped and started watching TV like a human.
Established in 95.
Wow.
Yeah, but like the hits were when they covered George Michael, like that was got to be like 98, 99.
Like I loved Soundgarden.
Yeah.
And in 97, when I left Seattle, I got so involved in comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And so involved in the auditions and the commercial auditions and acting class. And, you know, there was so many fucking things at the time I got involved with. I let music go.
Mm-hmm.
Because to get ahead in comedy in the beginning here, you got to immerse yourself with this
Yeah,
shit.
you want to be writing jokes. You just want to be sitting in an apartment,
Right.
like
No. I didn't even have an
headphones
apartment.
on, bobbing your head.
Didn't even have an apartment.
Oh, wow.
I lived in a car. I took showers at the Comedy Store or Josh Wolf's house or Ralphie May's house.
There you go.
You know, we roughed it out here for a few years, my friend.
I love those stories.
And sometimes like I still remember going, oh my God, I don't have a spot at the Comedy Store on a Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And Ahmed didn't give me a spot at the Union.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember staying home and watching NYPD for the first time because I kept auditioning for that show and I didn't even know what the show was about.
Mm.
Like that's how, like when I first met Joe Rogan,
Mm-hmm.
it took me 3 months. I thought he was on news radio. News radio, like, hi, we're here, direct 10 wins. Joe Rogan here, reporting to
So
you
you didn't
live.
even know it was a sitcom?
No, I didn't know.
You thought when
Listen,
when they said Joe Rogan's on news radio,
when I
you
first
think
met
he's
Joe
the
Rogan,
old-time-
the girl I was
Yeah.
dating goes, he's on a, oh my God, I recognize him. And she said news radio.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought it was news radio.
So
He's a guy from news radio.
Yes, you thought Joe had the headphones on, breaking news out of New York City.
And one day he told me he was rehearsing.
Uh-huh.
And I go, what do you rehearse?
Just in case there's like a disaster.
Yeah.
What do you rehearse? And he
You know,
goes,
like there might be a fire.
And he goes, the show. I rehearse Tuesday through fucking Thursday and we shoot Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, what show are you talking? I thought you did a news show. And he goes, what are you talking? Yeah, news radio.
He's like, yeah, so why do you got to rehearse?
That's how lost I was
That's
from
so
that
funny.
night time. You know, 8 o'clock you were out. And listen, when you were out there, you know how it is when you first went out at night. There was no nights off.
Right.
There's no nights off. They at least said to me, you know, you really don't take a day off. Who does?
Yeah. Well, and
4-3 hours, you
Yeah.
always work. 3-4 hours, you always work. And some days you might work 6. Some days you got to drive to Bakersfield and see Leonard. Some days, you know, some days you got to drive to San Diego. Some days, you know, it's all different. We still don't have a day job, but we still fucking work.
but now, like, comedy is such, like, now when people say things like, oh, you're a comic, so you work 20 minutes a night or you work an hour a night, that's the thing where it's like, nah, now comedy's a full-time job.
It's a full-time job.
But it's
a half-time job.
How so?
Okay. 15 years ago,
Yeah.
you call me and go, hey, man, I was talking to my manager just now. He really likes you.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Yeah. What do you think I should do? Go drop off a tape and give him your resume.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he? Beverly Hills. But he's there after 4:30. Fuck! Nowadays, I could just send that over. On an email with my resume, and he's just going to go to YouTube while he's talking to me.
Right.
And he's going to tell me, I've seen you at the store. He's never even gone to the fucking store.
Right.
Because he's looking at me
We've seen
from
a couple
the store.
videos. Yeah.
You know, that's the easiness now.
Yeah.
Remember, after 9/11, they didn't let you walk on Sony no more. My first 3-4 years here, I have nothing to do. You go to Sony and drop off fucking envelopes. And nobody calls you. They throw them in the garbage, but at least you did something that day.
Right. You say you did something to advance your career.
When I first got here, the Comedy Store would give you $1. For every ticket somebody came in would get free in ticket. I would go up to Universal City and give away 200 tickets and make $80 at the door that day. You know, you just do little things.
Yeah, things like that.
Everything adds up.
Yeah.
You know, when I come from an audition, the first thing I do before I do anything is I send a thank you card. Before I even take that wardrobe off, just so there's no misunderstanding, I go back on the computer, look at this address, and I just send a thing. That's all work.
Yeah.
When I first got here, I didn't know you had to do those things. That's how you book jobs.
Right.
You don't book jobs by just showing up and going, thank you, and running out of there. You send the fucking, can I do anything? Is there something else? And they'll go, well, we want you to read for the part of Melvin. There you go.
Done.
Because you said hello, you went for the part of Melvin, and your agent don't know, which is even better, because now you can call them up and tell them the job you did while you were sitting at home talking about that fucking Asian chick you represent. Tell her to go fuck herself.
I love that. And what I was saying is now with comedy, it's like between doing podcasts and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube videos, and when I got in here, you were on Periscope. Like that's all career too. That's all career too.
I
And
fucking hated social media.
And
because
it's not hard work, but it still works.
it still worked because my
Yeah.
first thought was, you think Richard Pryor goes home? I'll never forget when somebody told me that Dane Cook. Now, I always loved Dane.
Mm-hmm.
For an hour, I was mad at Dane one night on the drive home. Somebody said, yeah, but for a year, Dane got on MySpace and talked to people after he left the comedy club.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I was bewildered. I was like, fuck him. Fuck that punk. You think Richard Pryor would go home and tweet people? You think
Right.
fucking Freddie Prinze would go home and tweet people? Do you think Kennison went home and tweeted fucking people? Guess what?
Hashtag OO.
Yeah, if Kennison was around today, he'd be fucking tweeting people.
Yeah.
You know, it's true. You got to be on social media today. I was talking to Joey Alvarado today, and he thanked me. You know, the kettlebell jitsu.
Right,
guy.
yeah, the kettle jiu-jitsu
Because
guy.
I can't tell you how many guys are on to me now because of the podcast.
Yeah, Becky went down and took a class.
Yeah, Becky went down there. Becky said she loved it. It's real weird if you're not on social media today. So yeah, part of it is writing and getting on stage and driving to your gigs and staying healthy.
Yeah.
You know, staying healthy because again, the first 6 years I was here, it was all about comedy. I didn't even think about a push-up. That's why I got up to 418 pounds
Yeah.
because I didn't think about a push-up.
Yeah, you were just thinking about when's my next joke, when's
Yeah,
my next
that's
set,
it.
when's
Who
my
gives
next.
a fuck? What's my next line of coke? What's up, Lee?
You always talk about adapting, and I was just thinking it kind of sucks because now with social media, that can push people who might not have the comedy or the music or whatever further than they might warrant. But
So you mean like someone has a large social media following, but
Like
they
a
don't
large
have
social
the
media
talent to back
following.
it up?
or yeah, like the Vine. Like I hear a lot of complaints from comedians about Vine people.
Yeah.
But
By what people?
people who make Vine videos, like the 6-second videos,
Yeah.
But-
YouTubers and stuff.
if I've learned anything from Joey, it's just like you have to accept the market that you're in.
Yeah.
And like why, like there's people who still fight doing social, like why fight it? It's not gonna do unless you're like Tosh or the few people who are big enough who don't need it.
Right.
It's not gonna. But then you never know. What if that show goes and 30 years down the road he wish he did social media? I don't know.
Yeah, it's something to where you could fight change, or you could just say like, well, this is what we're doing now. This is kind of now, like it used to be. You just had to be funny. You used to be a comedian. You just had to be funny. Now you got to be funny on Twitter. You got to be funny on your Instagram.
Well, here's the thing.
and it's a whole different skill.
20 years ago, 15 years ago, you had this conversation with people. Because I had it. You're a real comic. You started doing some rooms, and one day you pulled around and you go, how is this guy getting 80 people in here every Wednesday night?
Yeah.
He's not funny at all.
Yeah.
But then you go to his neighborhood and there's flyers everywhere, his pictures at the Chinese restaurant, his pictures at the fucking liquor store.
Yeah.
You know, that's a complete different gift.
Yeah.
There's three guys,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say,
Right.
that have never said a funny thing in their fucking life, not even by mistake. But for years, they packed local places. We
Yeah.
all, and they're nice kids. I still talk to them. I see them. I
Yeah.
give them a big hug because part of my getting funnier is their little fucking shitty rooms
Yeah.
3 nights a week. And you look at these guys, and that always fucked with me.
Sure.
The thing that ended for me was when I went to see The Wrestler. Because The Wrestler came out in December. But I heard about it in September. Then I heard about it again. And that fucked with me. When I went to see The Wrestler, when I left there, it was a great movie. But all I kept thinking about was, how did they get this out 4 months earlier? Without a publicist, without all the bullshit, the way you and I grew up.
Yeah.
You know, how?
Yeah. It's funny, you talk about guys that filled the room. I heard a trick, because there was one guy, and I'm not going to say his name, but he was one of these guys. He would fill the room whenever he would promote a show. Horrible comedian. Just never funny, but would fill the room, sold out. I was like, how the fuck is he doing this? I finally found out how he did it, and the story is unreal. He would go on Craigslist, and he would go to like the dates, like, and he would tell these older women, these single women looking for dates, like, hey, I'll go on a date with you. Tuesday night, 8 p.m., improv. You be there. It's a date. And he would fill up the room with Craigslist women. So when he went on stage, everyone was like, oh my God, go, you're so funny. Because they thought they were with him that night. They thought they thought they were on a date. Unbelievable.
And did they pay to get in?
Yes. And like, part of me's mad at him, and part of me's like, God, I gotta respect that game, because he found a way. He found a trick.
That's American ingenuity.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at him. I'm not mad at him at all. That's. Hey, listen. Whatever gets you through the night.
Yeah.
And listen, when I first did comedy the first 4 or 5 times, I used to.
Every woman in that audience thought they were dating him.
You know what's
Oh,
crazy?
so funny.
If I fucking put a gun to your head, Brad.
Yeah.
And you had 20 fucking minutes
Uh-huh.
of comedy. Let's think back when you had 20 minutes of comedy.
Yeah.
If you put Brad Williams, $15, 2 people come to see you the same way they come to see me and Brad. But if I put a gun to your head
Yeah.
and I said to you, Brad, if there's not 200 people here, you're never going to work again. Mm-hmm. You know, when I first started comedy, I figured something out. There was the Bex. First off, when I started comedy in 91, every 3 months you went to a contest. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Comedy
there was
contest?
the Johnny Walker Red.
Okay.
There was the NBC, and they went nationally to all the open mic cities, and you did your thing, and then you competed in Las Vegas. The big one was Johnny Walker Red in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. But my first year in Denver, I auditioned for 10 of those things. I bombed at all of them. I've never made it past the second round.
Yeah.
So what had happened was Bex put on a contest in Colorado, and they auditioned people in Gunnison and Denver and whatever, and I auditioned in Boulder. People were always prejudiced to Boulder. I did not know this. They said people in Boulder were too intelligent.
Yeah.
So my field was small. Mm-hmm. But the times that I told people that I was performing in the contest, like they would come and they would cheer, and that's the reason why I'd win. I wouldn't really win because I was the funniest in the room.
You just had the most people.
I had the most people in the room, which at the time was 7 from like a sports
Yeah.
betting service where I worked at, or 6 guys came in from the deli.
Right.
So I'll never forget this, December 18th, 1991. The first time I got on stage was June 18th, 1991. For 3 months, I did 3 sets, and then after that, Brad, I just did that contest. It was on Tuesday. One Tuesday a month, you had to go down there and compete. I competed against magicians and all these fucked up different people. None of them who I know are around today. So on December 18th, what I did was I called all my friends and I said, listen, I got the coke Noriega had in his closet when the DEA raided him. But I'm not getting it till about 8:30. I'll be at the broker tonight. Guess how many people showed up to the broker? 30. Guess how much coke I had for them? Nothing. I told them the connection fell through.
Swadoosh.
Noriega's ship got tipped over.
Oh, that's so
And I gave
funny.
you $500. And after that, on those big nights, I would
Yeah.
do the same thing. But somewhere along the line, I forgot how to be a marketer and a promoter. Because you focus, again, Brad, I don't even like selling T-shirts anymore after a show. Do you know why?
We don't like to.
Because I like focusing on that fucking set
Yeah.
so much. I don't want to work in between shit. Now I gotta get glasses on and look for extra large and shit. And then this guy wants me to sign it. Forget it.
Yeah,
dude.
trust
I
me.
wanna-
Oh, none of us want to.
Yeah, no, I love doing comedy. I love that.
Yeah.
And I hated over the years how I got distracted. Even when I was doing coke, I wouldn't sell shit afterward because I was always in a rush to get the fuck out of there. And number 2, I just didn't have the dignity. Like I could rob you with a gun, but I feel guilty if I sold you a T-shirt after the show.
Oh God, that's funny. Yeah, I had an acting coach one time that told me something. He goes, "Desperate people get super creative super fast," and that's true. Like you said, hold a gun to my head, say, "Hey, 200 people in the room." There will be 200 people in that room. I will find a way. There would be times when I'd be opening up for Mencia where he would say, "All right, in 2 weeks we got this show at this club. If I hear one joke I've ever heard before, you're off the road." So I'd be like, okay. 2 weeks. I had to write a whole new, 15-minute set. And it's not that he wanted me to kill or like he just didn't want me to just have that same be that comic, that feature act, that prominent feature that just is like, oh, I've got 15 minutes and that's all I've got. Like, he wanted me to expand and grow. He didn't care if the jokes weren't good. He just wanted them to be new, to be something new. So keep throwing shit at the wall. Try to make stuff stick. And yeah, at 2 weeks later, I would have the new set. Wouldn't be that great, but it would be new.
At least you said it.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know how many times just getting on stage, writing something that's funny and go, I'm trying that tonight.
Yeah.
Killing and getting off stage and going, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that joke.
Motherfucker.
It gets you so mad.
Motherfucker. Now I got to wait till Tuesday. Now I got to go to that room, the kid, 80 people.
Right.
Now I got to drive down there to the Chinese restaurant, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah. There's always that point where you have to force yourself. You have to force yourself to say that new bit on stage because it's not going to write. It's not going to write itself. It's not going to become a staple joke of your act if you just always have it on the sidelines. Like, I'm working on a bit. Okay, do it. Fucking do it. Find it. I mean, one of my favorite shows to do at the store. Have you ever done the stand up at the spot where they just yell out terms? Yeah, and you just go. I fucking love that because it forces you to like think funny, try to find things and like try to make connections. It's a lot of fun. I love doing that show.
I've never done it.
Yeah.
I've never done all that stuff. I've done like the one where they yell ideas at you, but in Houston we did it once on a Thursday night somewhere.
Yeah.
And it just got too fucking crazy. People, you got Satan fucking people out there. I don't know no Satan jokes. What the fuck? Like I hang out with Satan.
Talk about the Dark Lord.
Lisa, what's up back there? How you feeling, dog? You going to Boston this weekend?
Yeah, I'm going home for the weekend.
What are you gonna eat tomorrow? Tell me what you're gonna eat
tomorrow. We're gonna stop at Legal Seafoods first, which is gonna be good.
Okay.
It's my favorite. We're gonna go there, and then I'm not sure for the rest. We might go see a Red Sox game if they're in town. It's gonna be fun. I only go home like once a year, so it's gonna be fun.
Is your brother gonna be home?
No, he's in New York now.
You're a Boston kid?
Yeah.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
Great comedy city.
Yeah, I miss it, but it's I'm glad I'm going now. I used to go back because when I moved down here, I worked in TV, and the only time I get time off is for Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'd always be going back in the snow and it's garbage.
Yeah.
Now I get
weather
to go back.
Be miserable.
Now I get to go back in June.
You're gonna eat some mushrooms on the plane. You want to take a stem for tomorrow morning?
Not really. A stem at 7 in the morning.
Shit, you'd be like a doctor on that fucking plane.
Fuck you. All right, so you're going to Boston?
Yes, I am.
So Joey, get this. I'm doing when this comes out. I'm doing Bray Improv this weekend, but Monday morning, and by that I mean 1:05 in the morning. I got on a plane. And I'm flying to China, and I'm gonna be doing stand up in China. Joey Diaz. I'm beyond excited to do this, and not
your first time in China.
Yeah, and it's not like military bases.
Did they break it down to you?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have a good time because it's a little distance from your little asshole to the hole in the floor. I always said you had to squat. You have to shit on the floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then like a sumo position.
Awesome.
So you better bring some. That little ass of yours might go through that fucking hole and shit.
I got to get good balance, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he
Might
went and
lose
everybody
me.
was giving you toilet paper, and he didn't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no toilet paper in the bathrooms.
Wow. All right.
So people give you toilet paper, and you're like, why are they giving me toilet paper?
Is it the same tour Steve Simone did, like Kung Fu Comedy?
Yes.
Yeah, he said he had a lot. He went twice.
Yeah.
He said he had a lot of fun.
No, you
good.
gotta, listen, man. Anytime you have that privilege to go over there and fucking do it, and just
Yeah.
see a new culture and not think of anything.
Yeah.
See, like I don't know. I don't have a passport,
Mm-hmm.
but it eliminates a lot of drama in my world.
Sure.
Because I'm not the type, like, I always said to myself, you know, these guys think they're better than you. Like, you get guys like, hey, well, I did comedy in England. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? I did comedy in England, too. It's called Compton.
Yeah.
Same fucking difference, okay?
Yeah. It's just people.
You know, they're just people. And I don't like that side of it. But
Yeah.
then there's people like, when Simone went to China, I was like, that's great. When Ari went. Because I know they're not trying to be snooty. There's certain comics.
No,
like,
I'm just excited to
I'm going to
go.
Australia. Have you ever been? You know, you're like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I just want to go to see China. Like, yeah, I want to do my sets and I want to hopefully go well. But like, it's funny when they first got the offer, my agent's like, I don't know, I think we can hold out for more money. I'm like, no, just go. I just want to go.
How many weeks?
Just one.
Okay.
But it's like 5 different cities in 6 days.
You drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You got a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
And when you came in here,
She lives with me, Joey Diaz.
so you're settled.
I'm settled. She lives with me. Tall, half Chinese, half white girl.
She going with you?
No, because I'd probably it's the old, what was the Sam Tripoli joke where he's like, I was touring with Bobby Lee in China, and all of a sudden Bobby left and I lost him. Because you're looking around, you're like, shit, where'd he go? Yeah, so yeah, it'd probably be that situation with her. No, for this time I just want to go and I want to see it, and I want to just kind of, I kind of want to go first and kind of check it out, and then maybe the next time we go. Because you said Steve went twice, right?
Yeah, he went 2 years ago and then this year, but he did a different tour this year.
Okay, yeah.
You know, somebody asked me the other day, I was talking to a friend of mine, he lives in Florida now, and he said to me, do you enjoy knowing celebrities?
Mm-hmm.
I had to think about it for a minute, and I go, first off, I don't hang out with celebrities. He goes, yeah, but I seen the pic. I go, listen, I bump into them.
Yeah.
At the Comedy Store, you take a picture with them, but
Yeah.
I don't ever want you to think that Brad Pitt calls me on the phone or Adam Sandler sends me a Christmas card.
Right.
Or nothing like that. I
Yeah.
don't know anybody like that.
You're not hanging out on a
he goes,
yacht
"What's
with
the-"
Jennifer Aniston.
He goes, what's the best part? Do you like it? And I go, I love it. It just, it's something I got into desperation, but I just stuck it out. You know, it's just sticking it out. But I think after doing the open mic, I hosted the open mic at the store Monday night. And I was a little pissed off when I was there. But you know what made it all better, man?
What's that?
That I got to see you back then. I got to see Sebastian back then.
Yeah.
One of the best conversations I ever had in this town was with Bill Burr when his show got canceled in '97, and he was ready
Wow.
to jump off a roof.
Yeah.
He had the show with Jenna and the dude from fucking Office Space, and the show got canceled. Bill Burr thought he was dead in the water,
Yeah.
and he went back to Boston. He started from day one. You know, I saw Marin in '99 fucking dying, snorting coke with me in a hotel in fucking Sunset. You know?
Yeah.
And you see where life blossoms.
Yeah.
You see that there.
So cool.
I've seen things that fucking Bobby Lee, no money at the Latino Laugh Festival in San Antonio, and Carlos, his own manager.
Yeah.
The black dude, Worthy.
Yeah.
Took us for dinner. We had no fucking money to eat. Bobby Lee. 22 years on Mad TV. Right? No fucking money to eat. None of us. Between us. We had
Yeah.
$3 for the tip. You know, now I see Bobby Lee, and that's where the adventure is. You know, that's where
Yeah.
I've gotten to fucking see something from the beginning. Like, you bit into it, dog. If I had to think, if somebody came to me and said, can you describe Brad Williams? He's a small dude. You know, did you know? No, that has nothing to do with it. When I just know that when you bit into it, like I heard about you, I told you before the show, I thought you were black.
Which was
When I heard Brad Williams, a midget, I go, Jesus Christ, a black fucking midget. This is a score. Fucking Carlos got him, that cocksucker. This is a score. What I could do with a black fucking midget. What I could do. It'd be endless. At that time, I'd do anything with a fucking black midget. At that time, I was desperate. 99, 2000. I was ready to stab a motherfucker.
That's so funny.
I was returning stolen phones from the Comedy Store. What would I do with a black midget? And I saw you, and I loved you, and we became friends. And
Yeah.
then I saw you on the Mind MNC, and I'm like, look at this kid, not on there because he's his friend, but he's on there because he's that good.
Yeah. Well,
He's that good. I saw him, and all
you,
of a sudden now he's on. That's the shit, because I was in the same place as you. People would see me in the longest shot and go, oh, Joe Rogan got him that role. Really? When I was in that room at Sony, in front of 20 white people, you know, at 9 in the morning when I went to bed at 5:45 off a fucking gram I got from Chewy.
Yeah.
And I nailed that role. You're going to tell me Joe Rogan called in there. We did this on our own.
Right.
And it's really hard to explain to people. That people still come up to me and go, well, Joe Rogan was up. Joe Rogan opened up a window and we jumped out of it.
Yeah.
We took a chance and jumped out of it. This is the same window, like your uncle says to you, want to come work in the fruit market? And you go, no, it's long hours. It's a 2-hour drive. But meanwhile, they're making $2,200 a week stealing fruit out the back door. Everybody's getting rich. Some people don't take the fucking jump. We took the jump. We believed.
Yeah.
We went up there. We looked at it. We figured it out. You know what? Whatever's going to happen, it's going to take a while. When you came in here, you said that, you know, You had a successful special. They did a write-up about you in the New York Times.
Yeah.
And you're sitting at home waiting for the ship to come in and back up with 20 dudes with satchels, like fucking in Scarface.
Yeah,
Next
we're like,
thing you know-
okay, I've made it, right?
Yeah.
Where's my Brinks truck?
But this is about time and longevity.
Yeah.
I'm watching The Sopranos 2 weeks ago, and I'm watching Junior.
Yeah.
Think of Junior. Junior was on a hit show in his 60s. Can you imagine going home and looking at your 40 grand check and going, where were you when I was 35?
Right,
I needed to
right,
get my
right.
dick sucked. I'm eating TV dinners in a 1-bedroom apartment in fucking Jersey. Now
Yeah.
you want to show up?
Well, it's funny. My manager, Barry Katz, when I first met with him, he had this thing, and this story that he tells about Louis C.K., where he goes, "Could you imagine walking up to Louis C.K. when he's 19, 20 years old, starting comedy, and saying, 'Hey, Louis, you just got into comedy. You're gonna be the biggest comedian on the planet. You're gonna have the love and respect of every other comic working the industry. You're gonna have a hit show that all the critics love. Like, everyone's gonna want to put you in movies. You're gonna sell out Madison Square Garden. You are going to be a comedic icon in this business. All you gotta do is wait 25 years and do it.'" And then you think to yourself, like, what would you do if you got that speech at age 19?
You wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
you would not fucking do it.
The
I would
vast
never
majority, the vast majority of you would be like, ugh.
I'm gonna
25 years?
I'm going to celebrate 25 years in June, right now, in 17 days. And if you think at any time when I started that I thought I'd be in this shit for 25 fucking years, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I can't lie to you guys. I gave this like a 7-year window. When
Sure,
I came to
we
LA,
all do.
when I came to LA, I was like, this ain't going to work for me.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm at the store, and I'm at the Improv. And all of a sudden, Jamie tells me, he goes, you do not belong in Los Angeles. You belong in nightclubs across the country with a tuxedo on. We make big money, you and me. I do not have you in my club. You're too dirty. And I'm doing Monday nights with Gilbert. And I'm like, how am I going to leave now? I'm at the fucking store. People die.
Yeah.
People take a bullet to get into the store. And I'm in there talking to Mitzi Shore about Cuba.
Yeah.
And Cubans and how she likes Cuban men and shit. And I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Getting 11:45 spots, meeting Paul Mooney. Where the fuck was I going to go? And I kept going, I want to go back and be a father. Because I have an older daughter. Let me go back and be a father. I'm like, I'm out here fucking doing what she'd want me to do. This
Yeah.
is what any fucking person would want me to do, is go for your fucking dream, you know?
So you just keep going.
You just keep going. And let me tell you something. The days become years.
They become years, but did they become 25? I think 25 is... I don't think I could do it, to be honest.
So if they came to you and said you're gonna have everything you ever wanted and then some, you're gonna surpass all your wildest dreams
Well,
in 25 years.
if they told me that and like it was like verifiable, yeah, I could do it. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
since we obviously don't have that,
Right.
I don't think I could last. It depends on what level they got to. I mean, just to be honest, if you're making $20,000 a year for 20 years,
Less.
Less.
15,000 a
Yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah.
Like, let's just say, like, let's say you don't even like progress a little bit, like you're just like constantly at the bottom. I don't think I could do it.
Listen, bro, from 91 to 92 and a half, I had money. I was living off credit cards. Big. Fuck it, I'm going down like that Titanic. Let me get every shirt in that color. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that. But let's be honest, from 93 to 98, I didn't see a fucking dime. Poverty level, didn't accept nothing. I robbed a little bit. I fucking sold some drugs. I did gigs. Poverty level, Lee. A t-shirt here, a pair of pants here. You know what? What do you need? Cocaine or underwear? I'm going with the cocaine. We'll skip out underwear. People have lived 20 years with no underwear. But your balls will sink. What if you get into an accident? You need clean underwear. Listen, I'll take my chances. Okay, they're gonna cut my pants off with that fucking scissor anyway. Okay, then in 98, I came out here, and I was living off that girl like she was helping me, and I would pay her back. I think I still owe her $1,000. And then I booked a commercial. I basically put that in my nose. I got a couple T-shirts, got a little $800 car, you know, shit like that to get you started. But then you went into another funk.
Yeah.
And what the funk is, Lee? Let me tell you what the funk is, Lee. After 5 years, here's the funk. And this is my witness. And if I'm lying to any comic, after 5 years, dog, it becomes the Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want, but we get what we need.
Mm-hmm.
If your nut is $1,200 a month, if you're going to come to me and say, you know what, I'm going to become a comic, but I'm going to eat lobster, and I'm going to support this girl, and I'm going to drive a Benz, you're wrong. You better relocate your allocations, Jack. You got to get your nut down to $1,000 to $1,200. That means you got to live in a closet. Your car has to be paid for. You pay insurance every month.
And your food's got to be
cheap.
cheap.
Your food, and you smoke pot, and you're on a budget because you're going to sink. You're going to fucking go down in flames. It ain't worth the aggravation. Yeah. You'll fucking make that $1,000. Will you not, my brother?
That's where people get super creative, super fast.
How many times did the phone ring on the 20th and bail you out?
Oh, so many times.
How many fucking times on the 20th you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Lord, what the fuck am I going to do? Bling! Hello. Listen, are you available at 24th and 25th?
Yes.
To Santa Monica?
Yes.
$850?
Why are you still talking? Yes.
Yes. I'll start right fucking now.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to do radio? No. I'll fucking own the radio. I'll parachute into the fucking radio station. They got donuts.
Yeah.
They got donuts and shit. Let me give some shout outs.
Yeah. Shout them out.
Get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
It was great seeing you, man. You become a fucking man in front of my eyes.
Thank
Jesus
you,
Christ.
Joey.
Michael Paul Clausen. Get well, cocksucker. My little sweetheart, Brandy Lynn. Ookie Spooky looking good down there in Austin. Dominic Salas. Ross Dude coming back. Dave Christensen. Dante Gazzini. Send a postcard. Are you missing, cocksucker? And my main man, Iron Side. My fucking brother put that barbecue on today. Did you see that?
Oh my God.
Bobby and Crystal put that fucking thing on. Tremendous.
It had brisket, ribs,
No, would have killed
potato
this,
salad.
They're getting me hungry, guys.
You should have seen. It's like going to Texas.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I could pull it
Ribs,
Yeah.
you know, brisket, potato salad. Yeah, the whole fucking
Done.
thing. What's next for my little brother, Brad Williams? Sorry about that.
Yeah.
What's next for my little brother, Brad Williams?
Well, I mean, you can hear me every week on my podcast called the About Last Night podcast. We do that with Adam Ray, great comedy store comic, fun
Good
guy,
dude,
good dude. I came here from Sony Studios.
That's what they said.
Yeah, we talked to Paul Feig, and so he's a guest on the podcast. And oh wow, look at that
it's
photo.
Old school.
Yeah.
Look at those pickles. You know how bad your farts are 10 hours later? Tremendous. You cup them in your hand and
Love
smell
it.
those pickles right in
So
your fucking
great.
palm of your hand.
And then September, I got a movie coming out on Netflix with Christopher Guest. He made a new movie called Mascots that I got a part in. So yeah, check that out on Netflix and go to my website, go to my Twitter, all that jazz. See when I'm coming to your town. And I got a special that they're running on Showtime right now called Brad Williams' Daddy Issues. It's my second special. Watch it, enjoy it, and get back to me and let me know if you liked it or not.
It's always a pleasure to see a fucking dude who works hard. I wouldn't have had you on if I thought you were one of these okie doke motherfuckers.
Never, my friend, never.
I know that you went into this head first.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Trust me,
You bad motherfucker. But that's
you
the only
gotta
way to
knock
do
it.
this shit,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, when you
and I
gotta
want
knock it.
people to know sometimes that, it's not easy. This is not a fucking, like anything else in life. When you want to be a fucking engineer or a fucking doctor, it's not easy. So we do what the fuck we do. But I'm just happy you're still kicking these motherfuckers' asses. You didn't tap out after the show. A lot of comics are like, fuck, I'm taking my show and I'm leaving. I did my job, not you.
Never.
You're getting stronger by the day doing movies with Christopher Guest. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Or what? You know why? Because he made a decision. That's fucking why.
Thanks, man.
It
Thanks
also-
for having me in the church.
Always, baby. You
Love
didn't get
it.
high this time. Next time, we'll get you stoned to the gills.
Woohoo!
Let's be honest. Most of your problems start with your mind, okay? All your fears, angers, all that shit, depression, sleeplessness, it starts in your mind. But it could go the other way, too, okay? They all begin in your head, but they can wreck your life. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can make a major difference in just 10 minutes a day. This change comes through guided meditation with the new Headspace app. Headspace is a meditation made simple. It's guided meditation you listen to whenever the hell you want, wherever you want, right on your phone, computer, or tablet. You can't beat that. Meditation is rooted in thousands of years of traditions with thousands of scientific studies that show its positive effects, like improving focus, relationship harmony, and decreasing anxiety and stress. Join over 5 million users already getting some Headspace for free. That's right. Right now, this is what we're going to do. Listen, guys, we all lead these little hectic lives. We do little things we were just talking about on the show. We all need 10 minutes a day just to be ourselves, just to sit in the corner. This is guided meditation made as simple as can be. It's just sitting down, breathing, maybe some stretching. He guides you right through it. Do me a favor, give it a shot. It's free. Download the free Headspace app and begin their Take 10 program for 10 days of guided meditation at headspace.com/Joey. The Headspace Take 10 program is a 100% free way to experience the benefits of meditation in your busy modern life. Train your mind for a healthier, less stressed life. Start your free trial today at headspace.com/Joey. Again, that's headspace.com/Joey. Listen, the pill ain't the answer. Trust me, I'm telling you. Download this. It's free. Give it 10 days. I guarantee you're going to feel a lot better than what the fuck you're feeling now. Go to headspace.com/Joey.
There it is.
Also, to my favorite people in the world on it, they got some stuff that's out of stock. That's tremendous. The green stuff, the green food, they're still fucking out of stock. But I'll tell you what they do have. The Hero Elite Series is coming on kettlebells. So if you're into kettlebells and Captain Marvel and flying through the fucking air, on it is for you. Beside that, you know me. Alpha Brain, Shroom Tech,
MCT oil.
MCT
I
oil.
love that shit.
I'm telling you guys, if you're fucking not on it, you're skipping out on life. But I'm not going to fucking tell you. Read it on yourself. Go to onit.com right now. Right now. Go to the supplement page. Go to the fucking the weight page. But go to the supplement page. There's something you need in your life on that fucking page. Okay? Go to that page. Find something. The green, the hemp force protein, the acai protein.
Mm-hmm.
Find something. Give it a shot. Go to onit.com right now. Press
Church.
CHURCH. I'm going to give you 10% fucking off on a tremendous Onnit product that's going to help you. I'm not fucking here bullshitting you. I live off those Shroom Techs. I live off those Alpha Brains when I fly. You're going to love it. The little Alpha Brains in the package, you put it in your water when you get in the plane.
Done.
No fucking jet lag. You get home, you sleep. You don't wake up like a Vietnam vet in the middle of the night. Go to Onnit.com right now. /Joey, cocksuckers. /church. I'm sorry, I fucked up. Anyway, I want to thank Headspace.com. And I also want to thank Onnit for sponsors. And I want to thank my main man, Brad Williams, all grown up and doing the town. Look at you, cocksucker.
Thank you so
Every
much,
time I
Joey.
talk to you, that's what I feel like. You're Tommy. You're Tommy and Goodfellas. What time you... Don't say nothing. Anyway, you got plans in Boston? That's it? You're happy just to see Mom? You going to pick up a little
I'm just
envelope?
seeing my family.
Well,
Yeah.
who else you going to see?
I have just aunts and uncles, cousins I haven't seen since I've been out
So
here.
you gonna do a little get-together?
Yeah, my mom is real excited. She has a lunch and she's super excited.
All right. Well, be safe. And I'll see you Monday at 8 o'clock, motherfucker.
Hell
Ready
yeah.
to rock. So I don't want to hear no stories. I'll stab you.
No,
now.
I'm doing your thing. First flight out. I'm doing the 6:45 out of Boston.
Like a soldier. and shit.
Yeah, buddy.
You bad motherfucker. All right, I love you guys. Stay black. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Happy June, motherfuckers. I'll be in Omaha, Nebraska next week at the Funny Bone. Then 2 weeks after
Say
that.
hi to Colleen for me.
Fuck yeah. And then
Love
2
that
weeks
woman.
after that, I will be at Philadelphia Helium
Yeah, buddy.
June 25th or some shit like that. Go on the calendar and get tickets there, you fucking savages.
And go to leaside.com. Like all the other podcasts I do with Steve, like with Steve Simone, and everything I have is there.
All right, stay black. Have a great weekend. I love you, motherfuckers.